Now, I'm not a big fan of froth coffee. I mean, I like it. I just started making it because my boss actually turned me on to this here. So, went and bought a little frother from Amazon, and it's okay. It's just a little foamy coffee that you people usually spend a lot of money for. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna make it myself at home. But let's get on to the subject here. Um, I want to talk about biblical principles of borrowing, and I want you guys to get this because it's been a lot. This subject gets taken out of context a lot. Um, what does the Bible say about borrowing money? I found some awesome scriptures to back it up. But if you don't learn anything about this little biblical lesson when it comes to borrowing, one scripture I want you to keep in mind. Now check this out. Oh, by the way, you do know the Bible never said that borrowing money was a sin. For real. Check it out. But did you know that when you charge interest, that's actually a sin? Oops. I'm not joking. Let me show you in the scriptures. Come on, y'all gonna get this work. Okay, let's look at Exodus 22:25. If you lend to one of my people among you who is needy, do not be like the money lender. Charge him no interest. Look it up yourself. Charge him no interest. What does Leviticus say? Leviticus 25:35-37. If your countryman becomes poor and need financial help, you shall help him. Okay? You shall not what? Charge him interest or gain. You should fear your God so that your countryman may live with you. You shall not give him your silver at interest or food for gain. That's T right there. Deuteronomy 23:19-20. Let me get in here, y'all. You shall not charge interest to your fellow what? Israelite. Interest on money, food, or anything that may be loaned for interest. Okay? You may not charge, you may charge a foreign interest, but not your fellow Israelite. I discovered this scripture a couple of days ago. That's T, honey. See, it's very interesting. See, God knew predatory lending with outrageous interest would do nothing but leave the people poor. And the more I think about that, I used to, do payday loan a long, long time ago. And I can tell you, my right hand of God, I would never, had I known about Proverbs 22:7, had I known about that verse, the most powerful verse, I'm going to read it for you. I got it written down. Read it for yourself. 22:7 said, the what? The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower becomes a slave to the lender. I said, my. Now, for all of us that have mortgages, like me, that mortgages, we're already slave to that mortgage because that's the loan we took out to buy our property. See, debt is nothing more than just money that's owed or due. That's all debt is. Again, I wanted to bring this up because there's a lot of people that are falling for quick pays, and people will argue with me. Well, that's a business to charge interest. Well, yeah, and it's also your the business that's not only keeping them rich but the borrower poor. I've seen this so much in banking in my banking years. People aren't able to stay afloat because of the interest. I mean, come on now, $600 interest on $1,000 loan. That's crazy. Again, borrowing money. Borrowed money is not a sin, whereas I've heard some people said, ministers, whatever, that's what happens when you don't read your word. No, that's not what God was talking about. He was basically saying when you charge interest, especially to your fellow man, God even encouraged it to lend money to family members, but we're not supposed to charge them interest. I mean, that's not fair. I think he looked at that as a form of, I don't know, maybe stealing or whatever. But, and then finally in Exodus 22:14, it said, if anything is borrowed, it shall be paid back. So hopefully that breaks down this topic here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and having this little nice biblical chat regarding the subject on borrowing money and interest, what's good and what's bad, what God really has to say about it. Until then, you guys have a blessed Sunday.